Has been raised by this community is the contentious issue of the ANC candidate list. The community is saying that they are unhappy with the candidate that has made it to the list for the position of ward councillor in this particular area. They're accusing branch leaders of Ward 4 in Alabama of fraudulently removing the nominated candidate, Advocate Ngewane, from the list and replacing him with the incumbent ward councillor, Perfect Barrons, whom they insist has failed to deliver services to this community, and also say that he has been linked to criminal activity. So they are essentially accusing the leadership of manipulating the voting process in favor of their preferred candidate. But the community members insisting that they don't want Councillor Perfect Barrons to return to the ward, and they've called on the ANC to intervene. You recall that on Friday, disgruntled members took to the streets, blocking the N12 freeway. But since then, we do understand that they've now met with the regional leaders. In fact, that meeting, we are told, happened on Saturday afternoon, where some of those issues have been ventilated, and the promise that has been made by the leadership is that both the regional as well as provincial leaders of the ANC here in the Northwest Province will visit this area again next week to intervene on the matter. And until then, the ANC members here saying that they have agreed to allow this political process to unfold. They have given the ruling party until Wednesday to address this particular issue. And until then, they say that they won't be speaking to the media at all. So that's the update that we've received from community members. But I'm not sure whether we do have the clip of some of the issues that they raised on Friday regarding their concerns.
For the moment, Manqoba, I don't think we have that. As soon as the team have lined that up for us, if they can find it for us, we'll throw to that soundbite. So this seems to be the ongoing issue, Manqoba, and I hope you can hear me. Just give me a nod if you can hear me about the issues in the Northwest. Because what essentially we have is very disgruntled ANC supporters saying they want to meet with the leadership, but have they gone as far as to say if they don't fix this, they're not going to vote for the ANC?
Well, Gareth, I couldn't hear your question properly, but what I can tell you is that, Gareth, this is not the first time that we've heard of the issue around candidate list here in the Northwest. Of course, this is an issue that we also saw in the lead up to that voter weekend registration in Klerksdorp, where some of the ANC members, disgruntled ANC members, took to the street, in fact, essentially almost disrupting the voter weekend registration process, insisting that there was fraud when it came to the nomination of ward councillors in those particular issues. So this is an issue they've also raised with the ANC. They've held several protests, but we do understand that the ANC in this particular province saying that they are aware of some of these issues. In fact, I spoke to the provincial leadership of the ANC earlier on, who have told me that they are giving these issues attention, they are investigating some of these issues, and they are essentially saying that they are going to go back to these communities. They are promising that these issues will be resolved, and hopefully even before the elections. But what the ANC was also saying is that they are also going to be looking at possibly changing some of these candidates and even possibly charging those people who are found to have been responsible, if at all, for rigging or manipulating any of these nomination candidates.
All right, Manqoba, I'm going to try one last question with you. I'm really not sure if you're able to hear me. So it seems, once again, the ANC having to make promises. It hasn't come through over the past few years. Residents feeling no way of getting the attention they want apart from blocking main roads. That's the kind of desperation in the area where you're reporting from, isn't it?
Well, Gareth, I can't hear you properly because perhaps maybe of the traffic, but what I can tell you is that there are many issues here that residents are complaining about in this particular area, more especially when it comes to the former councillor, Perfect Barrons, who they say has simply failed to deliver services in this area. So they are talking issues of waste removal that is not being done adequately in this community. But what we are able to gauge and perhaps source from some of the community members, of course, who didn't want to speak on camera, are the issues around the politics within the ANC itself, with some community members saying that actually what is happening in this particular ward is an issue of, the ANC members fighting for somebody that they want to put in that list. They're saying that they actually don't have a problem with the current councillor, Perfect Barrons. He's a councillor that has delivered, some of them would say, but that it's merely political issues within the ANC who simply want to put somebody that they favor. So the community members saying at this particular stage, they are not getting involved, but, they are leaving the process, of course, to the ANC to deal with the issues. But there are certainly quite a number of bubbling issues when it comes to the politics within the ANC here in this particular area.